That's not bad. It's like, what's up, Jackie? How you doing? Can you hear me all right? Okay. Hello, Daniel. How you doing? What's up, Jackie boy? Welcome. Just gonna wait a few more, couple minutes before we start. Couple of announcements. Uh, and yeah. Hey, Russ. Welcome. How am I? I'm okay. I'm just currently in a bit of a creator's block, which is why you guys are here. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Oh, and I'm going to Star Wars. I'll talk about this later, but I'll just mention it now. I'm going to a local Star Wars strip show later tonight, so that's fun. I'm going with my cousin because he took us to a comedy club last time, so it was now my turn to buy. So that's where I'm taking us. Good evening, Wing. How you doing? Oh, big announcement. Almost forgot. Big announcement. Even though it's been like, I don't know, it's gotta be like 6 or 7 months, but my copy of Indiana Jones is finally on its way here. And here's the thing about GameFly. They only send you a game when a game you're renting gets to them. But here's the thing. The reason I didn't get my copy till now is I sent in my copy of Alan Wake 2 back in like March. Like once I was done with the review. It just got there yesterday. So apparently it had been swimming in the mail or gotten lost, and it like someone found it, turned it in, and then the second they got it, they sent out a copy of Indiana Jones that day. So it should be here like in a couple of days. So I'm finally getting my copy of Indiana Jones after like 6 or 7 months. Crazy. Yeah, Canteen Tune. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Hey, do I like anime? Yes, Jackie, I do. Welcome, Killa. How you doing? What? I heard about that, Chill Moon, that they wanted to buy Warner Brothers, and if we're getting comfortable, I don't. Okay, are they actually buying it, or is there rumors or plans? Because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for them to reboot this universe after it just got bought like less than a couple years ago. And we just started with a really great Superman movie. I seriously doubt they would reboot it. I highly doubt it. That sounds ridiculous. And here's the thing: why would Paramount buy it? Why wouldn't Disney try to buy DC Warner Brothers? That's interesting. That sounds crazy, but the mail system is bonkers that way. I know. I gave Alan Wake a 10. Yeah. You would give Borderlands 4. You know, I think you give out too many 10s. 10s are really hard for me to give. I mean, there's a lot of 8s and 9s. And oh, by the way, I should have my review of Gears out tomorrow, but I kind of want to use today and you guys to give me ideas because I've been stuck in a little bit of a creator block. Because I'm not sure if you guys know, but we are getting very, very close to 100K. 100%, we're going to hit 99,000 by the end of this month. And then October is typically like my big month where I get like the highest growth, and I think it's guaranteed October. By the end of October, I'm going to hit 100K. And here's the problem. I'm in a little bit of a state of crisis right now because I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, that's kind of why I always started YouTube. It was to hit that goal. But like once I've like, I mean, originally it was like start a YouTube channel and then use that as a platform to get into like professional game journalism. And I thought I could do that because I went to E3 2013. So I didn't realize that was like the peak of my career in game journalism. And then I thought, okay, we'll use that to build like a really big audience. But because of the algorithm, I haven't actually done that. Despite the fact that I have well over 2,200 videos, well over 100 million views on all my videos total, I'm still having a hard time getting a really big audience. And I'm at the point like, I'm gonna hit 100K and then I won't know what to do next in terms of YouTube. Like I don't know what the next goal is. Like I mean I'm not going for 1 million. Now that's impossible. And I've just been kind of dragging because I don't know what to do in terms of video ideas, like really good video ideas. And like nothing in the world of gaming, nothing big has happened to talk about in terms of topics. So that's why like I haven't made a video between like now and the last live stream. It's just trying to come up with a good idea, like a top 10 or review. Like I haven't gone to the movies in a long time, so I'm hoping you guys have some ideas, and I really will put them all down. I got my laptop, my new laptop here. I can type ideas, but like you guys have like ideas that hopefully people will be interested in, and even maybe some controversial ideas, because that's what you guys are good for. That's why I love you guys so much. But yeah, that's a little rant there. But yeah, go back to your questions. Have I watched Demon Slayer? No, I have not, but I am absolutely shocked at what it's doing in the box office, because I've never watched Demon Slayer, and I was like, should I watch this? Like, should I go into this blind? I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Like, should I go into this blind? But like, Jesus Christ, this thing is like, it's gonna make like well over $500 million by now. Like, it's already crossed 4. And apparently this thing had a budget of $20 million. Like, that's insane. And it was like, and I looked at the last movie that did this, that was close to this, not even close to this, was Dragon Ball Super Broly. And that, like, this is like, already made 4 times what that did. We're a franchise I've never heard of. Like, and Dragon Ball's been around for decades. And I'm like, oh my god, if another Dragon Ball movie came out, would it do this? Like, I don't know if I should see this or not. I don't know. You should do top 5 almost perfect games. Okay, Commander Ship, you need to specify what do you mean almost perfect. Respond later, and then if it's a good idea, I'll type it down. Have I seen World at War 2025? Yeah, with Ice Cube, and he confirmed that was filmed during COVID and it was awful. I mean, the movie was so bad. Like, the reason I don't wear glasses, like, I mean, I wear glasses now. The reason I don't wear glasses when I do a standard video is because if I'm reading a script, you can see the glare in his glasses. So you can see the script he's reading in his glasses. I was like, why would you give Ice Cube glasses? Is he supposed to be smart? But it was like a stupid movie. Anyone else remember Crypto the Super Dog on Cartoon Network? No, Jackie boy, I never saw that. Yes, they're actually buying, oh god, and Netflix is about to also running into buying. Disney, I think, must wait exactly 10 years after they bought a company to buy another one. Oh, dear god. What do I think about Metal Gear Solid? Killa, I will never play Metal Gear Solid Delta. I don't want to play it. I will never play it. It's in my long list of games that I will never, ever play. Along with FF7 Remake and Resident Evil 4 Remake. Like, it's already an inferior game. Everything I've seen a number of clear changes that they've made that have made this a definitely inferior game. Like, just from looking at this game, if I were to rate it, it would probably be a 6. Maybe a 6.5 being nice. But, like, I already know what they did. I hate remakes of games that are 10 out of 10. And Metal Gear Solid 3 is literally my all-time favorite game of all time. So you try to remake my favorite game of all time and you make an inferior version, a cheap inferior version that I'm not interested in. Now I know that a lot of people are having a blast with Delta, and I'm glad you are. But like, I'm not interested. And it almost kind of feels like it's a personal attack on me, because all my best favorite games are getting remade, and I don't know why. So no, I'm not interested in Delta at all. If you're playing Delta and you're having a great time, guys, absolutely. I'm glad you're having a fantastic time with that game. But that's on my shit list of games I will never touch. Okay, and you guys have sent so many questions, I gotta catch up, so yeah. Top 10 movies made before. Whoa, okay, Jackie boy, I need you to confirm if you really want me to do that, because, wow, top 10 movies made before 2000 for me? Wow, that would just be Disney movies. I mean, I can only rate movies I remember seeing back then, but I only have about 5 years of memory, like starting in 1995. Like, I can remember like a little bit of 1995, a little bit of 1996, 7 solid, but like that's 5 years of memory. And most movies I would have seen in that time were Disney movies. But if you still want me to do it, let me know. If your next comment, then I'll be sure to type the video idea down. But yeah, that's a bit unusual. You're currently 20% of Persona 5 Royal. You're really enjoying it. Great. Great, Kilowatt. I love Persona 5 Royal. That is, I believe that is, I want to say it's probably 6 or 7 of my all-time favorite games of all time. It's definitely not top 5, but it is my second favorite JRPG game of all time, right under Final Fantasy X. But yeah, Persona 5 is Royal was great. But the funny thing is, like, that's an example of them kind of like making an enhancement on an already great game, because Persona 5 on its own was already a 9.5 out of 10. Royal added a number of like changes that kind of gave it that little push to make it a 10 out of 10. Like stuff like that I'm cool with. But yeah. Here's an idea. Top 100 of my favorite games. Okay, that's it. Okay, good. Like, give me some realistic ideas. and they don't have to be top 10s. They can be tier lists too. Tier lists are usually pretty solid to fill. Top 10s are pretty hard. Like, I can just come up with a solid tier list, but yeah. Maybe a long special stream where you play your favorite game with viewers. I mean, Jackie Boy, if you really want me to do that, I mean, that's an idea. But, like, how many people would actually show up? Because not too many people show up when I do regular streams, so. You made it to the Cinema Gym. Okay. Demon Slayer's anime is kind of carried by animation, but Infinity Castle movie slaps. Okay. And yeah, you should definitely. Are you sure? Because I've seen a lot of people that go into that movie blind, and I think I'd have the same reaction of, like, I don't know what the hell is going on. Like, I'll be honest, everyone was talking about these fight scenes. I've actually seen them, like, I was actually able to watch, like, someone made, like, a bootleg copy of them. I was actually able to watch these 3 fights on my phone, like, this phone here, and I was watching them, I was like, I don't quite get it. Like, I mean, this is the kind of fight that, like, if you, like, suffered from seizures, it would kill you. And, like, I don't know who these characters are. So, like, I was watching these fight scenes. I'm just like, okay, they're kind of going all over. It's very Dragon Ball-ish, almost. But, like, decent visuals, I guess. And the music's kind of okay. So, like, I think I've seen what everyone goes to this movie for is to see these 3 fights. And I was like, okay, I don't, like I saw this one theater, like, they showed, like, a footage of, like, people in this theater, like, freaking out, like, this one guy, like, Akua, or this guy, he had, like, this weird face paint, and everyone was freaking out, and I'm looking at this guy, and I'm like, while I'm watching it, and I was like, am I supposed to be happy? Is this guy special? Like, who is this guy? I don't know who he is. So, I'm like, I get the feeling that if you're not a fan, you're not gonna get it. And because I know nothing, it's probably not something I should go in blind. That's just what I've been told. Like, if you're a fan, a big fan of this anime, you'll probably love it. But if you go in it not knowing anything, you're not gonna know what the hell is going on. And I've experienced that before, with my own family. Because I tried to, like, years ago, because I can't believe Advent Children's 20 years old. I actually showed my family Final Fantasy Advent Children, and they had the same reaction. They didn't know who these characters are. They didn't know what was going on. There's like, how is this guy, why does he have such a big sword? How are these guys jumping around? Who's this woman here? Like, that's what's going to happen if I see this film. So I think it's probably best I don't see it, so I don't ruin the experience for the fans that love this movie. So that's why I'm like, I'm leaning more toward not seeing it. I really wish there was a DLC that allowed you to play as games that were almost 10s. Okay. I guess that's a unusual idea, but alright. I guess I could film that. I mean, I'd have to, that's tough. But alright. That's gonna be weird. got your idea down. Games that were almost 10s. That's an unusual video, but alright, I'll give it a shot. What do you think is the most underrated waifu in anime? I have no idea, Killa. I have no idea. Underrated? I wouldn't even know how to rate that. Also, you can do top 5 favorite Batman movie moments. Okay. I like that idea. Alright. Wait a second. When you mean movie, are we talking all movies or live action movies? Because, you know, there's a couple. You got Mask of the Phantasm and Lego Batman, and then you got like all the animated Batman movies. So there's a lot of moments here, so you gotta specify it. I'd give Deadpool and Wolverine a 9.7 out of 10. I mean, it was okay, but I've only seen the movie once. Have you watched the trailer for Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight? Yeah, I saw that. They pretty much made a Lego Batman Arkham game. That was unusual. It's like, well, let's see. We can't make we've made enough Arkham games, but maybe we'll just make an Arkham game but in Lego format. That's pretty much what they did. I was like, okay, that could work. I don't think that's a game I would buy at full price, but you know, maybe I'd give it a rent and give it a shot. Chill Moon, would you play a remake of Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 voice dialogue? Here's the thing that everyone seems to forget. Metal Gear Solid... Well, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading that wrong. Metal Gear 1. I thought you said Metal Gear Solid 2. Yeah. Metal Gear 1 and 2? Absolutely. I heard years ago, I heard there was like a project where they were trying to kind of remake that. Like make an updated version of that. And I think that would be a great idea because most people have never played those first 2 games. And the thing about Metal Gear, like most people's introduction to Metal Gear would have been Metal Gear Solid 1. But they don't realize that there's big moments that happened in Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2 that explain motivations for characters in Metal Gear Solid. But most people don't know that, or they don't do the research. So, yeah, if they were going to remake some Metal Gear games, do that. And they don't even have to be like full 3D. You can make them 16-bit or whatnot and just give them voiceovers. Yeah, I think that would be a fantastic idea. I would play that. Juju Kaijin is better than Demon Slayer. I have seen that, but I kind of got bored of it and stopped watching it, so yeah. Have I watched Dr. Stone or Chainsaw Man? Killer, I've never heard of either of those. What's your most anticipated game of 2026? I don't know. I'd have to look. I don't know. I'd have to look what's coming out next year. Also, have you seen the trailer for 007 First Light? Yes, I have. It looks pretty much like a James Bond themed Uncharted game. That's kind of what it looks like. That's the energy I'm getting from it. It looks like Uncharted, but with James Bond, which I'm perfectly fine with. And I'm surprised because it's coming from the developers of Hitman, and those Hitman games look boring. So I'm surprised they were able to make something that looks so Uncharted, which is perfectly fine because a lot of people don't realize that it's been a whole decade since we had an Uncharted game. So I think if you made a carbon copy of Uncharted, I don't think anyone would complain. If people say, hey man, that looks like Uncharted. Well, Naughty Dog stopped making Uncharted games 10 years ago. So if these guys are going to adopt the format, why would you object? Those games are great. How about top 10 movies made before 2010? Jeez, that's... Or 2010? That would pretty much... You know what the funny thing is, Jackie Boy? The funny thing about 2010 is that you pretty much would just get my top 10 favorite movies list, because Inception is right at that border, and that's my favorite movie of all time. And you think of movies like The Dark Knight and Terminator 2 and Gladiator. All those movies, if I really look at my list of top 10 movies, they're all before 2010, either 2010 or below. So you would just get my top 10 favorite movies list, which I'm pretty sure I've done that by now. And is cute. You really like her personality. I'm more of a Queen fan. Queen is who... actually, my first playthrough on Persona 5 Standard, I romance Queen. But when I did Royal, I had to romance Violet, because she's a redhead, and I was like, I'm obsessed with redheads. I think redheads are the most attractive women on this planet. So once I saw her, I was like, and the funny thing is, she looks so perfect with Joker. Like, if you look at them together, like, they look like they were like made for each other. And they actually have like a tag team like finisher move, and I think that was cool. So yeah, tier list of Mass Effect. Okay, 100%. I know I did that. 100%. I know for a fact I did that. Yes. Tier list of Mass Effect characters? Yes. 100%. I still get people. I'm double checking, but yeah. I am 100% positive I did that. Yep, right there. Tier list. July 12th, 2020. Yep. Yep, took care of that one. Easy. Yeah, Commander Shepard. You want me to post you the link? Because if you want the link, Commander Shepard, I can send it to you. Because, yeah, that one, that idea, I know I did that tier list. And it went pretty well. You like Final Fantasy, especially 7, 10, 15, including 16. That is, Comic Gamer, that is a great collection of Final Fantasy games. I like all those. 7, most important video game I've ever played. 10, all-time favorite. 15 was good to form. And 16, I really liked. It felt like Devil May Cry for Final Fantasy, but I think the story really worked. And it easily has probably my... Damn, this is tough. I think it's tied with 10 with my favorite soundtrack, but it absolutely has my best use of summonings. Like, using the icon battles, top tier. It easily eclipsed the use of the summonings in Final Fantasy X. And I would say 16, at least for me, is a top 5 favorite Final Fantasy game. So for me, it would be 10, 7, 6, 8, then 16. I think 16 ends the 15. I think it knocked out another game. But yeah, 10, 7, 6. Yeah, that's how I do it. Yeah. Favorite cars in media? What do you mean favorite? What do you mean cars in media? What do you mean? I don't get that. Tier list of animated Batman movies. I feel like I've done that one. That sounds very familiar. Batman movies. I feel like, but I'll write that down just to play safe. But that does sound like something I know. I feel like I would have done. Okay, and it's one a year I did. Yeah. Okay. Favorite movie of all time is Terminator 2. Well, that's tied with The Dark Knight for the number 2 spot. But yeah, they're both below Inception. Jackie Boy, yeah, if you're not a longtime viewer, you're going to get confused. Yeah, I think that's most anime movies. Is a Metal Gear Solid series that someone can watch, you know what's going on. Wait, is Metal Gear Solid a series that someone can just watch? Yes, I think you can. If you just watch the cutscenes, I think you'll get it. Like I think the cutscenes, the way, at least old school style, they're very cinematic and they tell the story very straight through. So yeah, if you just watch the cutscenes for like something like 3, it's a good 2 hour and 30-minute movie, and it makes sense, especially 3. Top 5 favorite video game movies. I feel like I've done that too. I feel 100%. That definitely sounds like video game movies. Yep. Oh wait. Yes. Oh, and they're kind of recent. They can't. I did them last year. Yeah, I did top 10. I actually did a tier list of video game based movies, and then I did a top 5 worst. Yeah, top 5 worst video game based movies, and I did it twice for some reason. I did a top 5 in 2021, and then a top 10 in 2024. So yeah, that's. Yeah, I've hit that. Did you know they announced Mortal Kombat Legacy? Yes, I'm already getting that. Don't worry. If it's Mortal Kombat odds, Comic Gamer, odds are I'm on top of it. Games like Death Stranding 2, Mass Effect 3, Uncharted 4, Spider Man, Infamous. Oh, okay. Live action moments. Oh, okay. I'll get that one down. But anyone else? Commander Shepard's throwing all the ideas, but I don't want to do. I can't do all of them. I kind of want to spread it out. But yeah, I'll put that down. I mean, I think I could come up with. I think I can come up with top 5 live action moments. Yeah, I think I can come up with 5 of them. Tier list all your favorite Devil May Cry. Okay, yeah. Devil May Cry weapons. Yeah, that one 100%. Yep. Devil May Cry weapons. Yep. Yeah, weapons. Yeah, I've done that. You want the link, Russ? Yeah, 100%. We've done that. Dark Knight Returns is the best Batman animated movie I've ever seen. I can come up with a couple. Do I think Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li is offensively bad? You could say that because I'm like, what's good about it? It don't even look like Street Fighter. Like if you're gonna do that, at least the '90s movie looked like Street Fighter. Kind of. I mean, it got the look down right too. Which '90s year is my most nostalgic? Probably 97. I'd probably say 97. Top 10 moments in a Metal Gear Solid. I feel like I've done that. Yeah. Yeah, like a lot. Yeah. When you guys get a chance, look through my top 10s and tier list rankings. Look through those, because a lot of these ideas I know I've already done. Do I like Morgana? Yeah, Morgana's cool. I mean, cool cat. Didn't really use too well. Didn't use too long, deep in the gameplay. But I mean, it's our vehicle. We need Morgana. It's a cool boss, and heck, Morgana's got a cool finisher too with a couple of characters. So yeah, favorite Dragon Ball movie? Ooh, that's that's tough. I gotta go with. I want to say Return of Cooler. I think Return of Cooler, not Revenge. Return of Cooler, the second one. I think that's probably my favorite Dragon Ball Z movie, or Dragon Ball movie in general. Uncharted franchise should never come back. I agree. I mean, Uncharted 4, I think is the second best game in the series, but yeah, it had a finale. But knowing Naughty Dog and them greedy sons of bitches, they'll bring it back for the nostalgic fans, and you'll probably play as Nathan Drake's daughter. So, top 5 favorite video game main characters. I feel like I've done that one too. Yep. It's an old video, but yeah. Top 10. I mean, do you want to know what's on that list? Do you want to know what's on that list, Jackie Khan? I mean, yeah. I did 10 favorite video game main characters. Came out November 7th, 2014, so that came out my second year of YouTube, but yeah. I mean, let's see. God, I look young. Let's see, we got Kratos, Mario, Cloud, Sora, Cole McGrath, Commander Shepard, either gender, they're both cool. Lara Croft, Survivor Lara Croft to be specific. Dante, Leon S. Kennedy, and then Big Boss is number 1. Which, yeah, I figured. Wait, no, it's a tie between Auron and Big Boss. Yeah, I don't think that list has changed in 10 years. But God, I look young. Damn, I look young. Did you see the teaser for Super Mario Galaxy? Yes, yes, Commander Shepard. I see. Guys, I'm on top of this stuff. Like I'm like if it's a game trailer or something, I'm typically on top of it. But yeah, I did see it. Did you know Ridley Scott's working on? No, no, he's not working on Gladiator 3. No, tell me you're lying. No, Gladiator 2 was awful. That's like the one movie I can say like that's like a bad. The only time this I can't believe I'm saying this. This is the only movie I can think that Denzel Washington has been in that was a bad movie. And like he doesn't make bad movies. That was a bad movie. God, no. No, that can't be true. Tell me there's not one. They're not stupid enough to do that. Oh my fucking God. Oh no. What are you thinking? Why? Why would you do that? It was 2 was bad enough. Why? Going to sleep? Alright, well good night, Jackie boy. What are they thinking? Who's your favorite Tekken character? Tekken? Tekken? Dude, do I look like an amateur to you? Tekken is for amateurs that aren't good at Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. I can't name a Tekken character to save my life. So I don't have a favorite Tekken character. My favorite video game of all time is Halo Reach. Thought it was Halo 3, but I realized it was Reach. Okay. Favorite cars and media? I don't... Like, what do you mean cars and media? Like, I don't... Like a iconic car like the DeLorean? Is that what you mean? Tier list of FF soundtracks. Jeez, that's a tough one. Because I don't think I could do that because the only 2 games that have soundtracks that really stand out to me personally is 10 and 16. The other soundtracks, I mean, they're okay, but they're not memorable. I take that back. It's like 10, 2, like, and then 16. But like the other soundtracks, they don't really stand out to me. Doom movie is not good because they screwed up a simple concept. Yeah, they did. I mean, with the 27th chromosome bullshit. But I will say that first-person shooter section was pretty cool. I mean, you gotta admit. I mean, it was weird, but it was pretty cool. How scary is Dead Space 2? It's the scariest game I've ever played. Only 3 games in the history of video games have ever actually scared me. That's Resident Evil 4, real Resident Evil 4, Dead Space 1, and Dead Space 2. But Dead Space 2 is definitely the best out of those 3. I do find Emma Frost the most attractive X-Men female character, while Jean Grey is my personal favorite X-Men female X-Men character. Okay, so I can tell you were into blondes. Okay. Chill Moon, what are my thoughts on the... I heard that's a rumor, but I'm praying that's not the case. I'm just praying, but to be fair, that's kind of what the Pro is. The Pro is like, it's a digital console that you can attach a disc attachment to. So, I mean, if they get, I mean... As long as you have the option for a physical disc, I'm okay with it. But yeah, I'm positive that the PlayStation 6 might be my last PlayStation console. I hate this idea. Like, I don't like the idea of being charged $70, $80 for a digital game that you don't own. That's why I will always be a physical supporter. But yeah, the future of gaming definitely scares me. Daniel, I wonder why Nintendo and Universal decided to give us the Mario Galaxy movie instead of World, besides the Super NES games is one of the ones they were introduced as Yoshi. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they'll introduce Yoshi here too. No doubt. They'll bring Yoshi in. So you don't gotta worry about that. Are the Devil May Cry games except 2 worth playing? Okay, hang on a second. 2 was fine. What have you heard about 2? I play 2 all the time. My only problem with 2 is that it's easy. So... don't listen to them. Like, I'll tell you, I've only ever played Devil May Cry once. Like, I'll acknowledge it's probably an overall better game than 2, but 2 is not a bad game. It's just easy. Like, you can beat that game like in 4 hours. Like, I literally streamed, like, I think it was a few years ago. I think it was like a few years ago. Devil May Cry 2. Yeah. Oh, no, take it back. Yeah, like, I streamed this 7 years ago. One whole stream, and I beat the game in 3 hours and 10 minutes. Like, that, and that was on, like, hard difficulty. Like, that's my only complaint about 2. And on top of that, there's a number of gameplay elements that are better that they incorporate that no one gives that game credit for. It's actually, there's a couple of gameplay elements that are better than what they did in 3, better than what they did in 4. I would only say that 5 took a lot of elements from 2, and because it took them in 3 and 4 didn't, that's what helps make Devil May Cry 5 the best Devil May Cry game. Like, but yeah, dude, give 2 a try. It's just easy. It's not a bad game. I'll defend 2. Wait, Morgana is not a cat. I think I'm getting my characters mixed up. What are you talking about? Morgana is a cat. What are you talking about? It's like, yeah, don't try to confuse me. Morgana is a cat. What are you talking about? Yeah, it's like you're trying to screw with me. There's Morgana. What are you talking about? Morgana's a cat. And in the real world, she's a cat. So what are you talking about? She just turns into your truck or your van that everyone drives in when we enter the other world. What are you talking about? Top 10 video game boss fights. Okay, yeah. You guys gotta get better at this. Video game bosses, yeah. You guys gotta come up with more creative ideas. Yep, there it is. Top 10 video game bosses, easy. Yeah, I've done that one. I mean, if you want to know what that list is, let's see. Oh, well, that's... Okay, Bowser from Super Mario 64. Joker from Arkham Asylum. Jack Krauser, Resident Evil 4. Poseidon, God of War 3. Goro, Mortal Kombat 1. Malice, who's the final boss in Shadow of the Colossus. And Seymour in Final Fantasy X. I don't think I'm missing anybody. Oh, wait. No, Sephiroth from Kingdom Hearts 2. And I think that's about it. But yeah, that's my list. Yeah, that's it. Cooler's OG. Yeah, they should make Cooler canon by now. You plan on getting both in Doom Classic? Okay. Okay, am I all caught up? I think I'm almost caught up. I like Cooler in 1, but he kept regenerating and adapting to Goku and Vegeta's movement. Yeah. Outlast 1 is also scary, except Chris Walker. I love the Leviathan boss fight. Oh God, that was... Oh my... boss fight from 15. Dude, the Leviathan boss fight in 16 was annoying as shit. Like, that was that was like my only complaint about 16 was that the game was like almost piss easy. But once you got to that Leviathan boss fight in the DLC, like, that made me almost break a goddamn controller. Like, that boss fight was annoying. That took me like 30, 40 minutes to get through. It was annoying as hell. Killa, do I have a Switch 2? Hell no! Why the heck would I get a Switch 2? And will I get Pokemon ZA? Absolutely not. Tekken has 2 characters based on Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. Never heard of them. Necromorphs are worse than Ooh. Necromorphs are worse than Xenomorphs? No, I think I mean... Damn, that's tough. I don't know. I'd be pretty freaked out if I encountered either one of them. Depends on which necromorph you're talking about. Brian, thanks for your advice. I love Death Stranding 2. It's so fun. Oh, you're enjoying it. Okay, yeah, I told you, man. Death Stranding 2 is great. 5 reasons why. Well, number 2 was a bad movie. That's all the reason you need. It was pointless. I thought that movie bombed. And the history they went over was crap. It's not very actionary yet, but I love it. It'll pick up, I promise. I heard the main character in Devil May Cry 2 didn't have the charm. Well, he's okay. He didn't have the charm. You have to remember. Well, you probably don't remember. But at that point, that was a more mature Dante. That was until they messed up the timeline. Like at that point, like up until 5 came out, like that was like the oldest point. Like 4, it was supposed to be. It was 3, 1, 4, then 2. So this is like the oldest version of that character. And then once 5 came out, they swapped it. They switched games around. So then they made it 3, 1, 2, 4, then 5. But that's why he doesn't quite have the charm, because this is like an older, mature Dante, which I totally understood. It made sense. Like as he got older, he would be less witty and more professional. I was fine with that. I'm planning on buying the ROG Xbox Alley portable console. Okay. Have fun with that. Morgana says he isn't a cat. He looks like a cat. He's a cat. There's nothing wrong. People love cats. Morgana's a dude. Yes, I know. How did Ocelot die? Well, technically, Ocelot dies at the end of Metal Gear Solid 4 from Fox Die. If you want the technical answer. Because, spoiler alert, quick summary of Metal Gear. In Metal Gear Solid 1, he loses his hand, and then he cuts off Liquid's hand, attaches to his own, and then through photopsychosis, Liquid's able to kind of take over Ocelot's body from point to point, but you find out Ocelot was kind of letting that happen, and then by the end, you have a final boss fight where you're fighting Liquid Ocelot, Liquid Snake, and Ocelot at the same time, and so they're all in the same body, and after beating the crap out of him, he kind of dies the fox die in his body. Or technically, the new fox die in your body, which kind of kills him. So, officially, Ocelot dies at the end of 4 with Liquid. It's a little confusing, but that's technically how he dies. Was Ocelot really Liquid Snake? No, he wasn't. Ocelot was Ocelot. Liquid Snake was a different person. Liquid Ocelot is pretty much Liquid Ocelot with Liquid Snake's arm. That's what he did. He cut, Gray Fox cut his hand off, technically his arm, in Metal Gear Solid 1. Then, after Liquid Snake died, he cut off Liquid's hand and attached to himself, but it kind of took over his body at times. And then it gets a little confusing, but that's the simplest way I could explain that. It's huh? As someone who played Metal Gear Solid 3 over 10 years times, I can safely say Delta is pretty much... I know the changes. I know the changes. I don't like the changes. I don't like the graphics. I didn't want them. That's the difference. Trust me, I have played that game several times, and I know a number of minor changes. They're not big changes, but I'm telling you, the changes that they did do were not necessary. And they made it a vastly inferior game for me. That's the difference. I've said this 100 times. That's the difference between a 9.5 and a 10. A 10 never has to change anything. Even the flaws in 3 are perfect. The minute you change the gameplay, the minute you change the visuals, the minute you even change a bit of dialogue, you make it an inferior game. Any change to a 10 out of 10 doesn't improve upon it. You take away from it. And therefore, it's an inferior game. Which is why, for me, Delta would be like a 6.5. And something like Resident Evil 4 Remake would be like a 5. compared to OG 4, which is like a 10. Every single change, even the slightest change, even if you think it's improving it, for me, you're taking away from what made that game a 10 out of 10 to begin with. It's a timeless game. So, it's like movies. I can't think of a single movie I can think of where the remake was better. It's like you don't have to remake it to begin with. Killa, you don't like the ending of Shadow of the Colossus? Really? I quite like it. Yeah, I thought it was a good ending. Emma Frost is one of my favorite comic book babes alongside Harley Quinn and MJ. Good collection. You haven't played the DLC for 16 yet? Ooh. Talking about Noctis versus Leviathan in 15? Oh, okay. Okay, you should give it a try. Fun fact, yes, Killa, I know, the girl that did Eva was the same who did Ariel. Yes, we know. That was recently revealed. Like, they kept that a secret for, like, a long time. It's a shame she didn't come to MGS Con. That would have been cool. Did I play Metal Gear Solid Ground Zero or 5? No. Oh, no. I stayed away from Phantom Pain after what they did to Kojima. And after what they did to the story. They butchered the shit out of that story. And they told the wrong story. And it had the wrong ending. Like, it undid all the good that 4 did. Like, 4 is such a good game in its story because it answers all the questions that have been presented over the entire franchise. And then you add Phantom Pain, and now you're asking more questions. To be like, let me get this straight. You mean to tell me this could not have been Kojima's idea? You're telling me the whole purpose of this game is to explain how Big Boss survived Metal Gear 1, and you find out that wasn't really Big Boss, that was just some double who was a nurse? You're telling me a nurse can take down a machine that makes Metal Gear Rex look like a toy? Because that weapon in Metal Gear Phantom Pain shits on every Metal Gear. And this is like 20 years before Rex is even created. And they're making shit like this? I mean, the Peace Walker weapons is one thing, but we have a walking Metal Gear Rex with a chainsaw sword. Like, what are we doing here? This is 20 years before Rex. And you're telling me they're making this shit in the 80s? What are we doing here? There's no way. Kojima has come up with a lot of real crazy shit, but there was no way that was his idea. No way. Did you know Kojima had concept art ideas for a sequel for Metal Gear Solid getting Guns N' Punches with Solid Snake returning before he just decided to go with Metal Gear Rising instead? Yeah, I saw that, but yeah, I'm fine with that. What is the worst force to play? Wait, what? What is the worst force to play? Wait, okay, this is one of these questions I gotta say out slowly to understand. What is worse to play? Resident Evil 4 Remake, Watch Joker 2, or Gladiator? Oh, what would be worse? I think playing Resident Evil 4 Remake would be worse. Joker 2 is bad and Gladiator 2 is bad, but like that's 2 hours. I'll survive 2 hours of pain. Resident Evil Remake, I don't know how fucking long that game is, but and the fact that I have to play the game. I mean, Gladiator and Joker, I can just fall asleep and it'd be over in 2 hours. Cinevic, if I could choose a new Metal Gear Solid with either Solid Snake or Big Boss, who would I pick? Probably Solid Snake, but I don't know where I guess that's kind of what I would go with. Which actors do I prefer more? Neither. Rashad, neither. I'm not a fan of either of those two women. Not a fan. Tier list, Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Weapons. Okay, that one I know I did. Metal Gear Weapons, yeah. If it was a Metal Gear weapon, I know I did that one. Yeah. Yep, there it is. Yep. That's an easy list. No question. Yeah. Would I cosplay as a Final Fantasy? Wait a second. Wait. Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to catch up with you guys quick. Holy shit, 13 people. Holy shit, dude. I might keep this stream going if we get to 20 because we got like 9 minutes left. Wow, this is going by really fast. What is the point? Who's cooler? I don't play Soul Calibur or Tekken. I can't name a character from either of those franchises. Cinevic, at what point you start to realize Phantom Pain was absolute train wreck? Probably by the end. I mean, Phantom Pain, probably the beginning. Like, once they revealed that, like, the story just did not make it. I mean, it was the wrong story to tell at that point in time. And it had the wrong ending. Like, had it had a better ending, I might have accepted it. Hugh Jackman as Bill in Left 4 Dead. Wait, what? Ugh. A male nurse like Ben Stiller meets the parents. What about him? Fun fact, did you know that Big Boss in Metal Gear X is in fact his double? No! They made that shit up! Daniel, they made that shit up. That was never the story. Because if you go by that logic, you've made Big Boss a liar at the end of 4. Like, think about it. He actually in his dying breath, he tells Solid Snake how he had beaten him 2 times before, and now you're gonna take me out a 3rd time. By adding Phantom Pain, you make Big Boss a liar at the moment he dies, because apparently that was never him. Now you've made the whole point of the Snake genetics pointless, because any idiot can take a Metal Gear out. Like, the whole point, the reason that made the Snake so formidable is that his genes make them natural soldiers. But apparently some stupid nurse with facial reconstruction can do anything. Is better than a snake. So you've made the snakes irrelevant. One game. Phantom Pain, the reason I hate Phantom Pain so much is you have pretty much made Big Boss, Solid Snake, Solidus Snake, and Liquid Snake irrelevant in their own franchise. They're irrelevant. Like, they're supposed to be special characters, but no, any idiot can be better or as good as a snake. And he's a fake snake. You have made Solid Snake and Big Boss irrelevant in their own franchise. There is no way Kojima approved of that. There is no way he approved. Like, that's why I hate that game so much. Would I cosplay as a Final Fantasy X character? No, I couldn't. There's no real black characters, so I can't cosplay as anybody. Where did Dead Go and Die is what? Horror movie fan, I don't even know what that is. You should do a top 10 Christopher Nolan characters, exclusive Batman characters. That's interesting. Top tier list of favorite video game swordsmen. Jackie Khan, tier list God of War weapons. Yep, we know we did that one. God of War weapons. Yep, there it is. Did it 2 years ago. Yep, tier list. It's a 20-minute video. I go over every single God of War weapon. Yep. Actually, I do it twice. I did it in 2012. I did it in 2022. And in 2018. So, yeah, I did that. Actually, I did a top 5 in 2018. I did a tier list of every God of War weapon in 2022. So, yeah. Yep, did that one. Killa, do you have some memories of popular? No, I don't. I didn't get into Final Fantasy X until I was a bit older. If you count Phantom Pain as canon, but you mean Solid Snake never met Naked Snake, that's what makes it wrong. Like, that's the problem. Like, that's how it should have ended. Like, literally, there should have been a scene where, like, because Big Boss, like, it should have been Big Boss, and, you know, you go around and you collect all these child soldiers. There should have been a moment where Master Miller, like, at the end, like, I don't know, like, Big Boss comes back from, like, a mission or something, and Master Miller says, hey, boss, I think you should meet this young kid. He's got some real potential, and you might want to take him under your wing. And then Big Boss walks up to this kid. Like, I had this scene all set, and he shakes this kid's hand and he says, what's your name, soldier? And he says, oh, my name's David. And he instantly knows that's Solid Snake. Because we know Solid Snake was trained by Naked Snake. Now you're telling me they never met? Like, you ruined Solid Snake's entire origins by that one game. So you're telling me the first time they've ever met was Metal Gear 2? Like, come on! There's no way Kojima came up with that. What? Horror fan? Have I played Cyberpunk? Of course I have! What's my favorite South Park season? I don't know. You know, I wish we got more Saldus. Yeah, we kind of did in 4 a little bit. He appears in Metal Gear Solid 2, dies in it while Liquid Snake is still alive, though. I mean, you do get a little bit of Saldus in Metal Gear Solid 4, technically. I mean, he is there, so, you know. And he's technically still alive. Technically, so you gotta get him. And you can actually use that as a skin. You can actually, like, he's like a skeleton, but you can use his face as, like, one of the mask face that you can use for Snake. Since the release of Metal Gear Solid Delta, would you like to see Konami do Metal Gear 2? If they want to do the first 2 Metal Gears, yeah, go ahead. I'm fine with that. What about Dante's Inferno? Yes, of course. I did it, dude. I did a verse. Oh my god. I swear, I tell you guys, spread the word. We're at 16 people now. If we get to 20, I'll stay on for like another hour. Holy shit. Dante's Inferno, yes. I love that game. It's a God of War clone, but it's a great game. I did a Versus Series matchup with Dante taking on Gabriel from Castlevania, and that was a fun matchup to do. But yeah, 10 reasons why. Oh, I've probably done that. I've probably done that. Do you remember Passion of the Jew from South Park? Yes, I do. The one with Mel Gibson in it. Yeah, I remember seeing that. The problem with remaking Metal Gear X now is that they have to... No. I heard Dante's Inferno is a good... It is not a good hack and slash. It's a great hack and slash. It feels very different from God of War. It's similar, but it's great. Aesthetically, it's a great. And it even had a really solid movie. A lot of people... Yeah, I even have the movie, which not a lot of people know about. It's somewhere around here, but I actually do have Dante's Inferno on Blu-ray. It's a good movie. Favorite Star Wars video games? Oh, easily the Jedi Fallen Order games. Easily, those are the best. What does that mean when people aren't religious? They're more spiritual. I guess they're spiritual because that's more me. Have you decided which video game character you prefer between Big Boss and Norn? Nope, that's still a debate. Have I ever played Turok for N64? No, but I have played Turok for PlayStation 3. What's a video game based off a movie you enjoyed? A video game based off a movie that I enjoyed? I actually did a list of that. One of the best... Here's something a lot of people don't recognize. One of the best, in my opinion, that's based off of a movie, surprisingly, is Wolverine X-Men Origins. The movie was crap, but the game was really, really, really good. Like, it's up there with, like, some of the older school God of War games. Like, it's in that tier. And I know that sounds crazy, but that is a really good game if you have it. Have I watched it? Have I watched what? Dante's Inferno? Yeah, I own it. I love that movie. I used a lot of its clips in my video. Batman Arkham versus... I don't know. That's a tough question. I guess Spider-Man, perhaps. I bet Solid Snake continued his dog musting career. No, he probably... No. Rising confirmed that he had died. Yeah, they confirmed that. Yeah, it's confirmed. Yeah, by Rising. I don't consider Rising canon, but like a what if it continued, but by then he definitely died. Have I? Do I hate Passion of the Christ? I've never seen Passion of the Christ, so I can't say that. Have I watched Kung Fu Hustle? Yes, I have many times. I mean, the clown movie. No. Oh, have I watched it? No, but I have seen the old school television series with Tim Curry in it. And you plan to give Dante's Inferno and Castlevania a try. Please do so. They're great games. Okay, and that'll do it for today's stream. Remember, if you guys have a video idea, please type it on any video you see so I can write it down, because I'm literally going to do nothing but film content and get it up the same day tomorrow. So if you have an idea, find any video, type in the idea, make sure your name's in there, and do research, because I'm telling you, I've been doing tier lists and top 10s for 13 years. A lot of ideas. Some of those ideas, picks, have not changed. So remember, you got a really good idea that you think people would be interested, type it in a comment, and I will try to get it up sometime tomorrow, because that's all I'm doing tomorrow is filming and uploading. So thank you guys for watching. This is an awesome stream, and hopefully next week I'll have Indiana Jones, and I'll stream that after the stream, so I can finally play Indiana Jones and review it. So I want to thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will see you guys next time.